Yo, it's me. I want to wear my cap backwards because some people think that's inappropriate. Yeah, because some people think if I wear my cap backwards, I try to be cool. Or maybe I just want to wear it like that. And cool, oh yeah, man. Oh, now I have some scratches and wounds on my feet, and that hurts a bit. So that can bring me some kind of relief. Yeah. So today I was looking for another look, so I put on this shirt. I also put on this jacket, which seems a bit warm, but I also know how emotional pain can make you feel cold. And so sometimes you just have to refresh a bit. So I ran here all the way. Maybe it's like, you know, I'm trying to talk a bit like, you know, because I'm trying to talk really loud sometimes. Sometimes I try to talk a bit louder because I think you don't hear me. And I think, stop shouting at them. Well, but that's how I feel sometimes comfortable talking. You know, you can listen to one of my songs and you can realize that I can also talk like this. And I can talk like this all the time, but at a certain point, this is really exhausting because I have to breathe a lot, and then I have to press air really tough through the windpipe so that my vocal cords can give off sound that's vibrating at a little lower level. So instead, I can just talk like this, which also seems a bit more casual because I'm talking to you about stuff that you want to know, and that's why you listen to me. No, the reason you're actually listening to me is because you're falling in love with me. And even when you sleep, you have to think about me. And you hear me talking to you and you think, wait, am I gay now? And I say, no, that's love, my friend. You know, I'm just telling you, you know, you don't have to fuck me. You know, you don't have to suck me. You don't have to do anything like that. All you have to do is push through your weakness. Yeah? Because if you're imagining lying in bed with me, you know, I don't really know if you're a man or a woman or aspiring to be one of those things. Independent of your gender, you can still aspire to be something you're not, even if that's impossible. That's how fantasy works, of course. So I may be a fantasy to you, and I will remain a fantasy for the rest of your life unless you make it a reality for yourself by becoming what you think I should be for you. So you could become what I am for you to others, and that would be people that actually live with you, because, you know, just get that right in your mind. I will never abandon my path just so that you can be happy, you know, that I'm running after you. You know, I've done that for a while, and now everybody who expects me to do that because they're too weak to speak with me, because they're afraid, because they're little sissies, then that's their problem, yeah? Because I speak truth, and if you cannot handle that, then go fuck off. Because often it's actually like this: people speak truth and then they're afraid of what they've said, because suddenly they're all alone, because all the people they spoke truth to is, you know, they're so hurt and so like angry at that, you know, that they just piss off because they can't take it. They cannot spend time with a person that speaks truth.
because that shows them how full of shit they are, and that they're just lying all the time. And that's more or less sums up everybody I've ever met. Foos. And so, you know, I don't really care. Foos. Fuß. Weiter. Komm. Yeah, I mean, I don't really give a shit how aggressive people are. I don't really give a shit how aggressive people are towards me. Because when they're aggressive, I'm gonna tell them to fuck off. And then they fuck off because suddenly they realize, oh shit, he's not depending on me. He's not depending on me. And so when something makes me angry, I say it out loud. You know? I just remember saying, you know, it's not really about Terence McKenna anymore. Because, I mean, he's had his time. You know, he's fooled around in realms he didn't understand. And he always said, you know, he would smoke DMT and then he would talk to elf machines. Yeah, and he was spending more time with them than with himself. And that's something that I try to do. I try to really understand who the fuck I am. Because who the fuck am I? Like, who am I? Literally. I've been asking myself this question silently. But yesterday something happened. You know, I don't know why, right? I don't fucking know why. I really don't know why. I really don't know why, you know? I really want to be high. I want to soar through life. And I want to fly. Yo, check that out. You know, my name is Eminem, and all I can do is diss people, you know? Because I'm so displeased with myself. You know, everybody who's only dissing people is really displeased with themselves. Yeah? And yesterday I'm gonna tell you a little story. Yo, check it out, yo. I've got a gold chain around my neck and I'm super hype. You know, I'm like, yeah, drop that bitch, eh? Yeah, I've got a car that can like use air pressure to like bong, bong. You know, I can bong, bong, bounce myself. Yeah. You know, it's so ridiculous. If you think about people, you know, buying a car, it's like super fancy so that they can bounce. Or buying a car, you know, and then investing thousands of euros, millions of euros, so that the car can drive really fast. Yeah? And then they're like, ah! You know, it's like, ah! Ejaculating in their mind onto the car. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, you're getting a car job, bro! Like, what's the fuck? What the fuck's your deal? I mean, you are so unreal. And then you've got people like NF, yeah? That depressed little boy, at the age of 29. And he makes that, you know, I hate Eminem. Yeah, he's doing the same shit he did. And I'm doing the same shit they did. Because now I'm dissing both of them. And then I say people who diss people are really angry, you know, that's reflection. That's self-awareness. You know what that means? That means I have the freedom to diss people and I can still be honest about it and laugh about myself. It's like, holy fuck, you know? I'm dissing people and that's great fun. But at the same time, I'm dissing myself because that's how the game should be played. If I diss you, I should diss myself at the same time. And of course I'm doing that. Because if I'm dissing people, it reveals something about me. If I'm buying a fancy car, right, that has no storage room, it's just like, you know, pure muscle. That says something about myself. I feel weak. And I want the car to feel strong. But, you know, it's a passing feeling. because you never incorporated that strength into yourself. No, you're just driving around in a car. And if the car is damaged, yeah, sometimes you might even think the car is angry at you. Yeah, it's projection. It's like thinking a dog is angry at you. I mean, the dog doesn't really know anger. Sure, the dog knows fear, but if you're creating an environment where the dog can relax, why should the dog ever be angry and bite you? Right? I mean, sure, if you like pushing him around and having him on a leash and like, come here now. Yeah, maybe at one point the dog will bite you. It's very unrealistic. Unless you really fucking beat the dog to a pulp every day, yeah? If the dog has a little strength left, preserves a little strength, he will make his move on you one day. You show a little weakness, he will fucking tear you apart. And then you will see who's stronger. Yeah? Then you will see who has more strength. Courage or being an asshole. Yeah? And that's me talking about all kinds of people that are out there. Yeah? Trying to push people into a depression and to keep them there. I mean, I don't even have to name them. Just if I name them, then they're gonna say, oh, conspiracy theory. You know? Well, that's the kind of shit that makes me angry. People pushing me around, you know? You know, I've had it with chess. You know, what really bothers me, that I cannot sacrifice my king if I'm playing online chess. It really bothers me that this stupid online chess is telling me where I can place the figure. I don't want that. I mean, that's just stupid. You know, if I want to sacrifice my king, or maybe I don't want to because I'm unaware of it, but it's even taking the option away. Why? I mean, that's like, so that stupid people can play chess. But if you don't know the rules, you shouldn't play chess at all. And if you place your king somewhere where somebody else can take him, well, that's just your problem. But at least I should have the freedom to place the king wherever I want to place it. You know, I don't want some kind of system to tell me, this is where you can place your king. This is where you can build a house. But first you have to buy this. And if you buy it, we're going to try and force you to pay tax and all kinds of things. Yeah, but if I buy that, right? And I don't, you know, I just put a trailer on that land, or I built my own house, you've got nothing to say to that. Because I bought the land. Now it should be mine. But the way the government sees it is like, no, it's just like, you know, we're letting you have it. Yeah, because it's actually our land. Because we have the weapons. Yeah, we have the force. We have lawyers and prisons. Holy shit. I mean, in terms of prisons, oh yeah, I'm really letting go. I'm really letting go of all of that anger. And I'm really spilling it out all onto the page. And then I'm gonna be tired. Yeah? It's like angry. Tired. Angry. Tired. Or just mellow. You know? Why do I always have to be like Even the choices for food that I make. I'm riled up, I'm angry. You know, and then I'm eating cheese so that I can sleep at least. But that means I'm gonna be too tired to go into the forest and scream. Yeah, if I eat cheese, I'm gonna be too tired to go out at night and hike during a full moon. I mean, why? You know, if I would think about what I eat and how that food would make me feel, I could actually, you know, I could work the whole day in some kind of fucking factory that literally, it makes me tired in a certain way. It makes me tired because it actually stops me from channeling my energy properly, because there's so much noise, like bum, 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 bum. It's like working with a chainsaw. Like, why would anybody ever use a motorized chainsaw. I mean, the only way I could see myself felling a tree is with a proper saw and my own bare strength. Yeah, I hate chainsaws. And you know what's even more stupid? First of all, it takes all the fun away from sawing, because you don't have to figure out how to saw properly. You just... It makes an incredible noise. You're done in a very short period of time. Plus, you'll have to inhale really disgusting fumes. So, you see where I'm coming from. Now, I've seen people using chainsaws and they stand there in that really bad position. Yeah, and they keep doing that. And all the time, you know, then they get dizzy because they just stand in this position all the time. And then they get dizzy. Because why? Yeah, of course, man. I mean, you should probably wear a mask, but that would make you even more dizzy. And you would look even more ridiculous than you already do with all those protective gear. Because if you use something that's like super powerful in terms of destructive force, you have to protect yourself, right? If you have a really fast car, I mean, when are you ever going to fully use that on the streets? So all you can do is drive around like, yeah, that's all you can do with it. You know, a horse, if you've got a horse on a meadow, you know, and there's other horses, or maybe, you know, in real life, if you've got horses, they can like, bam, go out there and run for it, you know? They can really run for it. They can like go nuts on life, you know? Find a mare and really fuck her. In that moment, you feel like the king. And then you've got a foal. And then you go about protecting the herd. Yeah? I mean, that's how life should be. But instead you buy a car and you drive around through tunnels so that you can hear the farts of the car, because that's what it is. You know, the car's farting when there's like stuff coming out. It's ridiculous. But people get off on that. They think it's really cool. You know, they think it's really sexy. They think it makes them look good to have a nice car. But it doesn't. It just makes them look like idiots. Because if you know why they have it, because nobody in their right mind, in their balanced state, would ever buy a car like that. Yeah. And you see, and that's why people like Sadhguru, yeah? Why does he call himself that? He claims to be a guru. And Sadhguru, I think that's even like a title he gives to himself. It's a marketing strategy. Is it good or bad? I mean, he's giving opinions. And then he's sitting in an audience and people are starting to clap. You know, and then, yeah, of course, I hate people that clap. Because clappers are pleasers, yeah? You only clap if you want to agree with something, yeah? That's why people clap. It's like, oh, let's all clap together, you know? When I was younger and we would fly in a plane somewhere, you know, when the pilot would land, people would clap. Because they really thought, hey, well done, you know, you brought us safely from one place to the other. Well, nobody clapped if anybody would drive a bus. You see, that's how life is. These days, nobody claps. Because now flying planes is like driving the bus. So maybe when you were a child, you were really clapping for life. You were like going out there, oh, so nice, let's clap a bit. And then what happened? You got used to it. Oh, no, it's boring. So you stopped clapping. You stopped worshipping life. You started buying cars. Because that's the most fun you could have now. Yeah, instead of to keep doing what you did as a child. You know, to truly live, to applaud life by living. You know, that's the only way that is worth doing to me. To go out there and to chase something. You know, a scent, a feeling. And I do that every day. And that's a challenge. That's a real challenge. And whether you need a dog to do that or something else, you know, doesn't really matter to me, right? But if you are clinging to people or anything, because the dog will die one day. And although the dog may give you some kind of impulse, you still have to do it yourself. You know, and I'm sometimes thinking about going and working with other people. I'm so fed up with it because I know how it's gonna be. I'm gonna go there and then what? You know, they're gonna tell me how to do things because they think they have to be the teacher. I mean, you can show me how to do things, but don't act like I'm stupid. Like, don't act like I'm some kind of idiot. But of course, the only reason they do that is because they're insecure about themselves. And that's why they talk to you, because they're actually insecure about expressing what they want to express to you. That's roughly how it is. Yeah. So if some people can only be happy if they see their dog play, then that's how it is. Cheers. I'm just gonna. Amy, come. You see, if their dog doesn't listen, it's not my problem. You know, I'm done with that. If that dog follows us, that's their problem, you know. That's what I say now. But when the dog really follows us, then I probably would stop. So, you know, sometimes I'm like so riled up that I start getting really angry. And then I think about all the things I would do to people if they would approach me. And I think about them and I think, yeah, I'm really righteous. You know, I've got it right, you know. They're all assholes and I'm really nice. Yeah? And then that person calls me and suddenly I'm like, oh, hi, how are you doing? What the fuck did you even say all this time? So, you know, sometimes I just don't know how to react in certain situations. Yeah, and how do you enjoy this in 2.7K, yeah? Is it blowing your mind? Is it not sharp enough? Because
Why didn't he take 5K? Why didn't he take 4K?
well, because I wanted to take 2.7K, yeah, and 60 FPS, yeah, good for you, yeah, it is, it really is. So yesterday I went on that walk, selfless climber, and I walked pretty much this route now, but a bit different. You know, the other way around. And I went to that spot where I just placed it on top of some kind of tree trunk, which we have a lot of because they cut down a lot of trees that were dead, which they realized fairly late. And so I did rapé there, and I forgot my kuripe, which is the little pipe, blowpipe you use for blowing rapé into your nostrils. Yeah, first left, then right. And so I left it there. Now you could say on purpose, yeah? But the truth is, I just wasn't paying attention. Because I don't know, I just didn't see it. Because I placed it on the ground. You know, I could say now,
well, it was fated. It was meant to be like this.
I fucking hate that. You know, I used to say that all the time. And then I started to really get annoyed by saying this. Wait, did I come up here? Yeah. You know, I really started to get annoyed by saying this, like really annoyed. Not just a bit annoyed. You know, it's like, it was supposed to be like this. No, it wasn't. It's just how it happened. You know, people always try to get some kind of meaning out of life. It's like, what is our place in the universe? Well, next to that tree, man. Or on the sofa, wherever you want your place to be. Just fucking choose. You know, I want to be in the forest, so my place in the universe right now is the fucking forest. Now, I just made a recording. Today I'm really angry, but I like that. Because it makes me feel powerful. Yeah, it does. I also know where to channel my anger. Yeah, into your face. Into your face. I want to keep it like that.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, so the thing is like that. Have that! You know, I'm gonna be really angry and I spit into the forest. No, because I'm cleansing. You know, I'm doing a anorganic sulfur cleanse. And that means there's a lot of shit coming out because the sulfur is killing all kinds of bacteria and fungi. Yeah. And it's driving it out of my system. And that means there's a lot of like pus-like saliva, jelly shit. And that has to come out. And yeah, so at the same time I'm doing rapé, apparently, yeah. So I go into the forest, I do it, I lose the curipé, and then I go back and I think, oh, I'm never gonna do rapé again. It's a sign, yeah. That's what then that's how people think. It's a sign, it wasn't meant to be. No, you just didn't put in enough effort to make it a reality, yeah. So I didn't put in enough effort to remember to bring it back. And now I have to suffer the consequence. So either I sit at home and deny myself rapé, but that also means I'm stopping the process, you know? And you know, I don't know why. Sometimes I get these really annoying voices in my head. You know, one of them is this constant, stupid voice of, let go. Leave me alone. No, I'm letting go already of so many things. And of course, if I get angry at a voice saying, let go, you know, it's like, of what? Of anger, you could say then. Well, I'm doing that. Am I not? Or am I holding on to it if I talk like this? You see, it's so complicated. How should I know? How should I know what is right or wrong? And the truth is, I don't. No, sometimes I feel like I'm in a state of enlightenment, which means at the moment I know roughly, I feel like I know what's going on. And then a voice comes and says, tomorrow you're gonna be blind. And I like, great, at least you're telling me. Yeah, and then I sleep and I wake up and I'm fucking angry. No, blind rage. But why are these voices telling me this? Like, why are they telling me this? Right? So if I talk to people about voices, do other people not hear these voices? Why do I hear them? You know, I have a friend or a companion. I like that word better because we're not always friendly towards each other. Maybe on the inside we are, who knows? And he said when he was on a very meaningful trip, there was always this voice saying, trust. It's like, leave me alone, yeah? Fuck off, like, trust. It's like, what? Who says these things? Yeah? Who says these things? It's so fucking stupid. You know, sometimes I have these voices saying, go fucker. It's like, what? What is this? Like, who's talking? You know, yesterday I was sitting in front of my laptop and I'm not quite sure what I did. I think I Was I rendering something or uploading something? I'm not quite sure. Maybe I was playing chess, and then this voice kept saying, "Go fuck her!" And then I said, "What? Like, go fuck her yourself. Like, if you really want to fuck her, go fuck her. I don't really care. Like, I'm here doing this now, so you go fuck her if you want to fuck her." Right? Who's saying these things? It's like, this is driving me nuts sometimes, but actually I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I mean, if a voice tells you go fuck her, you just say go fuck her yourself. I mean, have a blast. I mean, if she wants to, she'll fuck you. But if not, then, you know, don't mope about it. Because right now, there's nobody to fuck. I cannot go fuck anybody, because there's nobody to fuck. You know, so I'm fucking with the internet. You know, I'm fucking with myself. You know, what is fucking? It's an exchange of energy. You know, in that sense, you could say I'm fucking with the dog. You know, but I'm trying to do that a bit less. So sometimes, you know, I would even, you know, I'm just gonna say that I sometimes had like sexual impulses. It was not a fantasy, because I didn't feed the impulse. But I would see a dog, a female dog, and it would walk there, and I would feel like there was like energy starting to pile up down here. And then you think something's wrong with you. No, you just want to release energy, because there's a lot of pressure, man. So you have to learn how to channel that in all kinds of ways, right? And that's why hiking is a very good way. And talking to a certain degree, only if it's constructive. And that's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to do constructive stuff. You know, I'm talking about this shit not because I'm really desperate. I'm talking about this shit so that other people can listen to it, because I'm really honest. You know, I don't really care. You know, I can say that, you know, that's really weird. Yeah. I sometimes did really weird sexual things, you know, because I was so horny, maybe, to have sex with somebody, you know, that, you know, the shell of a banana and some duct tape may really help you to just get rid of some tension. You know, I would never go and buy a flashlight or something, you know. I just do something DIY, then I just throw it away. You know, it's like one-time usage. You know, I stopped doing that. I also masturbate way less now that I have all these outlets. I go back home, yeah, and then I realize, shit, I left my Kuripe. Of course, I only realized it when it was quite far away. And so I didn't want to go back to retrieve it, because I felt like, well, now I want to go home. So I said, I'm going to come back tomorrow. And then this voice says, tonight it's going to rain. Well, it doesn't look like it rained, but I also didn't check, you know, because I could have. You know, sometimes these voices are just trying to put me off, you know. It's like I'm being tested sometimes, you know. Go fuck her. Fuck who? There's nobody to fuck. Yes, so I'm not going to chase fucking. You know, I'm just gonna learn to channel my energy and be okay without watching porn, you know? So I switched to joy, you know, these, you know, JO instructions, if you know what I mean. I've never watched that. But I have the feeling I don't want to watch people fucking on the internet anymore. You know, it's like a beautiful woman that's talking to you in a nice voice. Right now, I don't want to see all these men, you know, choking women, slapping them on their butts, or like hammering their frustration into them. I don't want to see that anymore, because that's what I see all the time. I mean, that's what I saw all of my life. Unfulfilled women and angry men. That's how it is. You know, the men, they waste their energy with buying cars, or bad food, or thinking about other women's tits. You know, that's a form of channeling. You're channeling your desires into the tits of another woman. That's what you're doing. And, you know, for me it's always stepwise. But I've looked at so much porn, it's just making me sick, so now I switch to something else. Because I'm learning along the way. oh shit, I'm in a different phase now. You know, now I only want women. I don't want to see other men anymore in there, because it is depressing. It's depressing if you see how people think they should have sex. It's so disgusting, because these women, you know, it's every time like this. The woman, they are all faking it. And if you cannot tell the difference between a woman that has a real orgasm, yeah, between a real orgasm and a fake one, yeah, sorry, then for me it was always clear. When I was with a woman and I had the feeling she was just pretending, you know, it put me off. But I also made sure to learn how to please a woman. You know, I just didn't stick my finger in somewhere and poked her everywhere. You know, I let them guide me to knowing how to please them. That's how it should be, you know? And that means you have to also learn to listen. You have to start to be a bit more gentle. Instead of just like thinking, oh, you know, I'm the best guy there is. And then you just like throw her onto her stomach. And then you come from behind and you just BAM! Give her that penis. And then you think it's like overly proud. You know, I'm really giving it to her. What? I mean, have you ever bothered to pay attention? You know? Maybe they don't need all of that like hammering into. Maybe they need more like gentle, right? More like precise, fine-tuned movements. And maybe you should just learn how to cook. And maybe that would fine-tune a bit your system. That it's just a pinch of salt. And not the whole bag of salt. Yeah, sometimes it's just a little movement that makes the difference between a woman that can let go, because that's what orgasm is about. In English it's called le petit mort, and that means the little death. So, you know, you can have an orgasm and you can have an orgasm, yeah? You can have, and I think that's what Tantra is about. You know, you can have not just a little death, but like a big death, you know? And then you don't actually need psychedelics anymore to that amount. You know, you can just have like really relieving, like full-on sex. That's how I see it. That's how I feel about it. Yeah? So, to me, it's important to learn about these things. The reason I shout about them is just, you know, it needs to be said. So I'm saying it. And to keep you listening to me, maybe I have to say it a bit louder, because, you know, these wise asses that I've met along the way, they don't want to hear this stuff. If you tell them something that makes them feel like, you know, they don't know what's going on, they just say, yeah, I know that. Yeah, why don't you fucking do it then? You know, that's how everybody is. They say, yeah, I know that. You go there, you tell them something, and then they say, yeah, I know that. Or they just say, yeah, I'm doing that already. You go there, you say you go climbing, and then they say, yeah, I did that a while ago. No, you fucking didn't. You fucking didn't. So why are you saying it? What's all this lying about? You know, so don't pretend you know what to do when you're with a woman. You know, be honest to her. Say, I don't know what I'm doing. And then you can figure it out together, right? That's the fun part about it, right? To figure it out together. You know, that's the fun part about it. That's how I feel. And now the fun part is figuring out where I left my Kuripe, but I think I know it. Because I recognize the place, you know? So, hey, there it is. Ready to shoot stuff. That's it, by the way. You know, it's a bit dirty, but it's a tool. Yeah? It's a tool. Something that wants to be used. It's not all for you, little doggy. I want to go over there now. Okay? So, I mean, if you have a voice in your mind that continues to tell you something, you know, at least try to listen to it, because it might be really important. You know, when a voice in my head says, go fuck her, yeah, sure, I know that's what I want to do. I know that's what I want to do. But I can't do it right now. Because, you know, I'm stuck at the moment. And that's okay, so I'm working. So I'll be unstuck. Unstoppable. Unstuckable. Yeah? Now I'm gonna throw her a stick so that she can leave me alone. Because I'm really busy. Yeah? And she can chew on that bloody stick until I have time to play with her again. Alright? Yeah? Put up a fight. That's what it also says. You know? If I'm moping about, I don't want to lose in chess, then a voice in my head says, put up a fight. And then I do. And then I lose. And then I say, oh, I guess that's it.